Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jean Boda. I'm the Executive Director with the Alberta Community Crime Prevention Association, commonly known as ACPA. Our mission is to mobilize diverse partners and ensure safety throughout Alberta. Our membership consists of rural and urban organizations, municipalities, police agencies, Indigenous, and other diverse cultures. This May, our ACPA will be hosting its annual Crime Prevention Conference in Edmonton. Dates May 5th through 7th. This conference will feature a program that will appeal to all delegates. In anticipation of this exciting event, we are hosting a series of interviews with our conference presenters. This morning, I'm delighted to be interviewing Doreen Blumhagen. On May 6th, Doreen will be hosting a presentation entitled Country Road Chats, Rural Polarization. We're excited that you could join us today, Doreen. Would you mind giving us a little bit of history on yourself, please?
Thank you. Yes, I'm glad to be here as well. I am a third generation farmer that my husband and I farm north of the small village of Halkirk. I also served as county councilor and deputy reeve for the county of Paintearth in recent years, where I served 2 terms. And I now do presentations on mental health and encouraging people to speak about it and to encourage others to help give each other ideas and strategies and tools on how to have good mental health.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Doreen. So when it comes to your presentation at the upcoming conference, I understand that you intend to address how politicians are viewed.
Yes. So I have noticed a big change, especially in the last, say, 10 years. When I was on council, it was starting to change then. I remember back in the 70s, my dad ran for MP for our area. And back then, you would even write to your politicians and share with them milestones in your family, like a big wedding anniversary. And they would send you certificates and letters of congratulation. And we kind of really held them in with a lot of respect. And you valued their time. If they took the time to do that for you, that was a big honor. So that was many years ago, and I've seen it dwindling so much since then. And especially in the last, I would say 10 years, it's been considerably changing in the sense that we don't have that same respect. We don't feel like, we don't look at them as still people and members of the community. They are like the government, and they are the politicians who work for us. And I feel like a lot of that honor and respect has dwindled quite a bit.
I am glad to hear that. As a former county official myself, I'm glad to hear someone speaking out about it, because even in my time, I have to agree with you. I saw the deterioration of a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's sad, and it's something I think we can't control what other people can do, but we can control how we see that and how we take that in and how we use that in our day-to-day work with your government as well as your personal life, for sure.
Yeah. It's rare that anyone takes the time to consider how politicians have to deal with what people say about them. I'm sure there'll be many delegates that will be impressed by your presentation. Will you be sharing your experiences and insights from your time as county councilor?
Yes, for sure. So I served 2 terms, which is equal to 8 years. And when you first get into council and that sort of thing, it's a steep learning curve. You're trying to understand how everything works and what your role is, and understand your place in your council. So the first few years are definitely learning, and then as you get more comfortable, it's you start to find your place. But then you got to find the balance between your council life and your home life, and 9 times out of 10, this is not your only and main income. It's something that you do for your community, so you still have your farm or your other job that you go to, and you got to find where do you fit, and when things come up, how you which hat are you wearing when you're um, in public and when you're doing your business. And I find you can never take that counselor hat off. It is something that is with you all the time. And that's tough. That's a tough position to be in when you're in the public and you're out with your family, or uh, you're at a community event and you're there as a resident, but everyone sees you there as a counselor.
That's right. Do you find that that also goes even after you're out of office? They still look at you as a leader in the community?
Yes, they still look at you as somewhat of a leader, but also people don't forget. If
That,
they didn't agree with something that you were part of when you were on council, that's not
right.
something that they let go of as soon as your term is up. It's something that some people can hang on to. And if it affects them and their life, then they hang on to that, um, maybe anger or resentment or whatever. But it's usually those sort of things that they remember long after your term is over.
Yeah. It sounds like you've had a lot of hard-earned experience in this area. Will you be sharing methods that other politicians can use when they come up against strong criticism while in politics?
Yes, for sure. Certainly not one thing fits all. I found I had to be quite creative when it came to taking care of myself, because you often didn't know what was coming. Some of the criticism that you receive, the public may see, but it's really kind of the tip of the iceberg. It's a lot of the emails and the conversations that are in private or maybe in council chambers when the public's not there that tend to stick with you. And then you need to know, how are you going to deal with that? And how are you going to go on to just be part of the community and kind of shake it off or take it in and process it. And like, you need to be creative in how you're going to show up for your community and your family. They're involved as well.
And would you say quick on your feet in the moment in some situations?
In some situations, yes.
What do you?
You're bound as a counselor, but you're also part of a full council, right? So if you need to you're part of a team, you're part of the full council. So sometimes you have to bite your tongue because you're a representative, and other times, I mean, you do work as a council. Hopefully you all work together, and not all councils agree, and that's okay. But once
Yeah.
a decision is made, you are part of that decision.
Can you share a success story on how you overcame a particularly challenging situation?
So yeah, so I had a few. One that I think is maybe a good example. I started this business with Country Road Chats towards the end of my terms, and I was just starting to get, you know, just starting to get comfortable and going out to speak about my mental health experiences and wanting to help others with some tools and strategies. So I had my very first paid paid presentation, and I was, you're kind of nervous, and it was during COVID, and I was hired by an organization, and we were going to do it virtual. That at the time was the only way we could deliver some extension services. And I had a particular ratepayer contact, and I think they sent an email to that organization asking why they hired me, why they thought I was qualified to do such an important presentation. And when it's your first one, you're a little bit rattled. You're just starting out, you're a little bit nervous, and you're not sure how things are going to go. And I'm proud to say that they passed on that email to me, and I suggested how we would address it. And yeah, I am proud to say that I'm still here 3.5 years later of giving presentations, and knowing that I'm sharing my story is helping. And I didn't let that stop me. It was an attempt to go after my character and that sort of thing. But I knew in my heart that I was doing the right thing, and I appreciated them giving me that opportunity for sure. And I've continued to grow from there.
And it sounds like it was a huge breakthrough. As you say, you're nervous. There's all these other things going on. Hey, am I worthy? Will I be able to meet it? Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. And before you even get started, you get some criticism, and you're like, what am I doing? But I knew in my heart that this was the right thing, and that was typical of this particular ratepayer to take things beyond council and to kind of make it personal. So yeah, I'm glad I did that, and I've had support ever since. So I'm appreciative of that as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for sharing a little bit of your presentation with us today. I'm really looking forward to your presentation, which I'm sure a lot of the municipal leaders in the group will be as well. And if anybody is interested in learning more about the conference, please go to www.albertacrimeprevention.com. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay warm, and talk soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.